Make this state safer!
Now on 12, Governor Cuomo pushes for gun control. Find out how he wants to do it and if gun owners in the Bronx are bored. Plus, a woman who spent her life defending kids dies after her husband allegedly strangles her. Details in your Bronx News right now.
As local news gets, News 12, the Bronx.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Miller. With recent mass shootings from California to Connecticut, New York is right in the spotlight as the governor pushes drastic changes to end gun violence. But that wasn't his only major move in his Wednesday State of the State. We have team coverage. Amy Yancey talks to gun owners about their thoughts on Cuomo's plan, but we begin with Rich Barabi, who talks about a wide variety of issues that Cuomo tackled, from schools to Superstorm Sandy.
In a spirited State of the State address, Governor Andrew Cuomo laid out what he says is his most ambitious agenda to date, the cornerstones of which include improved education, increased economic development, equality for all, and the two topics which drew the biggest reaction from the audience, Superstorm Sandy aid and gun control.
It's simple. No one hunts with an assault rifle. No one needs 10 bullets to kill a deer. And too many innocent people have died already.
The governor is calling for Empire State lawmakers to adopt the toughest assault weapons ban in the country. Cuomo also advocated for economic policies that encourage small business growth and pledged that New Yorkers would not face any new taxes in 2013.
New York's 1-2 punch is jobs and education.
On education, the governor echoed a recent commission report that calls for longer school days or calendar years and full days for pre-kindergarten students. Also, an idea somewhat out of the box, a test similar to the bar exam that prospective teachers would have to pass before ever stepping foot in the classroom. And as far as Sandy aid,
our message to Congress is clear. Remember New York, because New York will not forget, I promise you.
A warning for Washington lawmakers to pass the $60 billion Sandy aid package, which they're scheduled to vote on next week. Rich Barabi, News 12, the Bronx.
All right, thank you, Rich. Switching gears now to our weather center with Stacey Ann. Definitely a big day for our state, but it's kind of big for our borough too, because we have good weather. We haven't seen that in like forever.
I know, and it's going to be really nice. I mean, temperatures though, Brittany, will be a little bit cooler Thursday and Friday, but wait till you get a load of the weekend temperatures. Really, really nice. Now, we did have some clouds that blanketed our skies on Wednesday, but take a look, our local view here, and things have cleared out quite a bit, as you can see. We're going to even zoom out even further, and we have that cold front that came through earlier in the evening on Wednesday. It brought along some showers. The only thing is it didn't really make it to the surface. You may have noticed a few sprinkles here and there, but behind that cold front, we're left with windy, chilly conditions, high pressure and control. And whenever we have those changing air masses, that usually happens, we'll have a stronger northwesterly flow coming through. Wind speeds will be in the teens. However, the gusts will be in the 20s, so definitely hang on tight, guys. Again, winds becoming more northwesterly, 36 degrees, very brisk, very chilly. If you are going to be heading out during the overnight hours, be sure to add those layers. Don't forget the hats, the gloves, the scarves, you know the deal. And then by Thursday, mostly sunny, and although temperatures are expected to be unseasonably mild, you still want to dress appropriately. Don't forget, it is winter. We have lots of sunshine, temperatures at around 46 degrees. We'll break down the next 3 days coming up in 9 minutes. Brittany.
Thank you so much, Stacey Ann. Now, the other major issue, gun control. Amy Yancey continues our team coverage and talks to gun owners about their thoughts on Cuomo's plan.
Governor Andrew Cuomo made gun control a central issue in his State of the State address, vowing to pass the toughest assault weapons ban in the country.
It's simple. No one hunts with an assault rifle. No one needs 10 bullets to kill a deer.
The legislation would eliminate high-capacity ammunition clips. It also allows law enforcement to revoke the firearm license and take the weapons of any person a mental health professional determines likely to cause serious harm to someone. Frank's Sporting Goods store has been selling hunting rifles and ammunition in the Bronx for 90 years. Gun lovers there are split on the proposal.
I don't believe that A regular civilian should be able to go out and buy an assault rifle. You don't need it for home defense at all.
America is not ready to take away people's guns. It's part of the American Constitution.
The shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School was followed by the ambush-style killing of 2 firefighters in upstate New York. Both tragedies have ignited the push for stricter regulation.
And too many innocent people have died already. End the madness now!
We can't show you close-ups of the rifles inside the store because it violates the shop's insurance policy. The store's owner says his artillery is already limited by strict city laws. Assault rifles are illegal and only 5 rounds per clip can be sold. That's on top of the thorough questionnaire potential buyers have to submit for federal approval.
Let them just read the law and enforce what you got it. This is a federal law.
This man can't speak on camera because he works for the Department of Homeland Security. He says Cuomo's speech is nothing more than political grandstanding.
Everybody's joining the bandwagon on guns because that's the flavor of the day. What's it going to be tomorrow?
People here tell me the problem isn't a lack of gun laws. In fact, they say there are plenty of gun laws on the books right now. What I'm holding in my hand is a federal firearm application, which makes it very hard for you to even buy a gun. But people here tell me the problem is that criminals don't follow the rules. Reporting from East Tremont, Amy Yensi, News 12, The Bronx.
And gun violence continues to be a problem in the city. Just moments after Cuomo's speech, a 90-year-old woman was hit by a stray bullet. It happened in East New York and Brooklyn. Witnesses say they saw a black car speed off right after the shooting, and they don't think this elderly woman was the intended target. A woman who defended kids in the Bronx for years has died. Police say she was strangled by her husband, and on Wednesday, she was taken off life support. Teresa Gorski died moments later at Phelps Memorial Hospital in Westchester County. The 47-year-old was a legal aid attorney in our area specializing in juvenile rights. Her husband, Christopher Housen, is accused of trying to kill her. He called 911 Saturday morning, telling police in Sleepy Hollow he had strangled his wife. Sources tell News 12 the charges on the husband will most likely be upgraded to murder. We're now hearing from the attorneys behind a lawsuit that led a federal judge to put a halt to stop and frisk at some Bronx buildings without reasonable suspicion. The Bronx defenders represent 13 residents involved in that lawsuit against the NYPD for unfair stop and frisk practices in Operation Clean Halls program. The program is in hundreds of privately owned buildings in the Bronx where landlords have asked the NYPD for help to deter crime, but plaintiffs in this suit say people are targeted all the time for no reason, and the judge agreed.
They've been ordered in very explicit terms to stop their behavior in the Bronx of stopping people as they're coming out of buildings that are enrolled in something called the Clean Halls program.
Police Commissioner Ray Kelly defended the stop and frisk policy, saying the judge's decision unnecessarily interferes with the department's efforts to keep Clean Halls buildings safe. I'm Brittany Miller. You're watching News 12 The Bronx. Coming up, 2 MTA officers are getting used to the title of hero. We'll tell you why after the break.
I'll be right out.
Got a little time on your hands? Make the most of it with News 12 on your smartphone.
Just a few more, honey. Ooh, these are cute. Just another minute.
Breaking news, local weather, and everything you love about News 12 on any mobile device the moment it happens.
Isn't this fun? This is perfect for your cousin's wedding.
With News 12 on your smartphone or iPad, you can make the most of your time anytime.
How does it look?
It's amazing.
When the Donovans switched to Fios, they lost their beloved News 12. So they switched back to Optimum. Now they're welcoming home News 12 and all its award-winning local news, traffic, and weather with open arms.
Just get this out of your way. It's just my mom.
I was just gonna. Oh, yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
Can you make tomorrow a snow day?
No.
How about the next day?
Don't lose the local news you've trusted for years. News 12. On TV, online, on the go. Only on Cablevision.
Honey, we're gonna need some more depth.
Well, looking ahead at the rest of the day's weather, you'll note. Can I help you? Well, I thought we're doing weather in twos now. No, it's weather on the twos. News 12 is weather on the twos. I get it.
News 12 The Bronx is Weather on the Twos, only on Cablevision.
If you see breaking news or have an interesting event, call us at 718-861-6800 or email us news12bx@news12.com.
At least 7 people are hurt in a crane collapse in Queens. Officials say 3 of the victims' injuries are serious. The huge red crane toppled over Wednesday afternoon onto the framework of a 2-story residential building. It's right by the East River behind the big neon Pepsi-Cola sign. City officials are investigating the accident. 11 people are seriously hurt and dozens of others injured after a ferry crashed into a pier in Lower Manhattan during rush hour Wednesday morning. The ferry carrying about 330 people from New Jersey banged into a mooring at Pier 11 as it arrived. A corner of the ferry looks like it's been ripped open like a tin can. Scores of people who had been standing waiting to disembark were hurtled to the deck or launched onto walls. About 7 people wound up in the hospital.
I was actually sleeping. All of a sudden we just hit, boom, and people were catapulting forward.
I was standing up and I went backwards and hit chairs, and then people landed on top of me. So it was normal approach.
But then what happened?
Just a sudden crash.
The cause of the accident is under investigation. The ferry had recently undergone a major overhaul with new engines and a new propulsion system, but officials said it was too soon to tell whether they played a role in the crash. 2 MTA officers are adding a badge of heroism onto their badge of honor. On Sunday, bridge and tunnel patrollers answered to the call of duty when they saved the lives of 2 drivers. Peter Corrente was working on the southbound side of the Throgs Neck when he spotted what he thought was a distressed vehicle. Turns out the driver of that car was contemplating suicide. Corrente arrived just in the nick of time and talked to him for 45 minutes. Officer Christina Vinolo says she was collecting toll when she noticed a driver couldn't speak or move his limbs. She quickly reacted and called for help. Now both officers are humbly adjusting to the title of hero.
You know, I have fellow bridge and tunnel officers that on a daily basis help people out and have done things far greater than this, although this is saving life is the ultimate for me.
Like Pete has said, not really common for it to be newsworthy because we do things every day.
Corrente and Vinolo say a big part of their responsive actions were tactics and protocols they learned in training. And Stacey Annie is here with weather. Stacey and I actually got a chance to speak with them today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there's beautiful people, very, very humble. But I did notice when I was out there, I was freezing. I was cold. I get cold easily.
Yeah, and tonight it's going to be freezing cold. Let me tell you, be sure, I'm telling you guys, make sure you have the layers because you're going to need it. And I know a lot of people get comfortable with the fact that these temperatures have been milder, but let me tell you, even during the day, just make sure you have, you know, the scarf, the hat, and the gloves, the works, you know, just to play it safe. And by Friday, you're going to need the umbrella. The morning commute on Friday should be okay, but by the afternoon into the evening, you may just need the umbrella. It'll be light showers, but as you can see, those showers that came through a little bit earlier, you can see the green behind me, cleared out. And as a matter of fact, you probably didn't even notice. It was like light sprinkles here and there. That's about it. We have high pressure returning, and whenever we talk about high pressure, we talk about dry weather. We talk about clear skies, or mostly clear skies in our case for the overnight. You'll see those clouds get ushered out, and it's going to leave behind pretty chilly conditions. And whenever those skies are clear, it's going to allow for what we call radiational cooling to take place. So temperatures will be bottoming out at around 36, 37. Very cold start to the day by 9 a.m. By the early afternoon, 43. Nice and pleasant through the afternoon. Lots of sunshine expected, so daytime heating will, you know, be in full effect and warm us up a little bit. Speaking of warm, we have warmer temperatures slated to arrive on Saturday, lasting through Sunday. But how long will that last? We'll have another breakdown of your weather coming up in 7 minutes. Brittany.
All right, thank you so much, Stacey Ann. I'm Brittany Miller. A Bronx resident could become Secretary of Treasury, but find out why his unusual handwriting is in the spotlight. Plus, it's a bad flu season in the Bronx. We take you to one of our hospitals to see how they're handling it and what you can do in preventing it.
Sarah Owens. I'm here for my 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the doctor's running a little bit late today, but you could just go ahead and make yourself comfortable.
Why is it that your 3 o'clock never happens at 3 o'clock? Now, extra time isn't wasted time with News 12 on your smartphone or iPad.
Yeah, he saw you.
It's the News 12 The Bronx that you love.
The time now is 3:50.
Anywhere, anytime you want it.
Miss Owens, the doctor will see you now.
I'll be there in a moment.
News 12 The Bronx. That's as local news gets. News 12 The Bronx is the one weather to watch.
News 12 is now weather on the 2s.
Watch me for the weather in your borough on the 2s.
All day, the forecast in your neighborhood on the 2s.
All night, News 12 is the one weather to watch.
News 12 The Bronx is weather on the 2s. News 12 The Bronx, only on Cablevision, never on Fios, never on satellite.
Well, looking ahead at the rest of the day's weather, you'll note... Can I help you? Well, I thought we're doing weather in 2s now. No, it's weather on the 2s. News 12 is weather on the 2s. I get it.
News 12 The Bronx is weather on the 2s, only on Cablevision. The News 12 app for your iPhone has a new look, new features, and all your local news, weather, and traffic. Download it today, free from the App Store. If you see breaking news or have an interesting event, call us at 718-861-6800 or email us news12bx@news12.com.
A career criminal who's been robbing people in the Bronx for years could spend his life in prison. 40-year-old David Paparo was sentenced Wednesday in Westchester County. Prosecutors say back in 2010 he robbed a woman at gunpoint in Pelham Manor. He was later caught in his apartment in Soundview, but Bronx cops know Paparo well. This is him stealing from a GameStop in Westchester Square in 2010. Cops say he's committed several violent robberies in the Bronx since 1985. That is a long time. Now he's spending 20 years to life in state prison. An outbreak of the flu has area hospitals working overtime. The state health department says emergency rooms are seeing double the patients because of the virus. That's where we find News 12's Alicia Laventure with this 12 on Health Report.
It's been really crazy lately.
Crazy in the emergency room at St. Barnabas Hospital. Dr. Ernest Patty is the senior attending physician there and says 20% of the influx is because of the flu.
If we're looking at a slope, we haven't even peaked yet. We're still going up the slope. So buckle your seatbelts.
The latest numbers from the state health department show the number of patients that tested positive for influenza last week jumped 55% from the week before. Iris Estrella came in Wednesday morning with symptoms.
I have a cough, fever. I have a lot of pain in my legs.
Emergency room physicians at St. Barnes are on high alert. Anyone who comes into the ER with any symptoms of the flu automatically gets one of these masks. It's to make sure any germs that they have don't spread to other patients in the hospital.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Because I have to keep taking it off to blow my nose and putting it back on.
Luz Colon is missing a week of school because she's got the flu.
Pretty much to take, like, liquids and medicine.
St. Barnes has a protocol where doctors will section off flu patients if the ER reaches maximum capacity. Extra staff is on standby and is being encouraged to get vaccinated to handle the outbreak.
It's never too late to get a flu shot. Get your flu shot.
From St. Barnabas Hospital, Alicia Laventure, News 12, The Bronx.
And if you want to know the nearest location where you can get a flu shot, visit our website at news12.com and click on numbers and links. But first, take a look at our question of the day. We want to know, has your family been affected by the flu this season? You can vote on our question of the day at news12.com or channel 612. In Washington, the president will reportedly nominate his White House chief of staff to be the next Secretary of Treasury. And he lives in the Bronx. Published reports say Jack Lew is getting the nod to replace current Secretary Timothy Geithner later this week. He grew up in Queens but has a home in Riverdale. If Lew is Secretary of the Treasury, his signature would be on newly printed dollar bills. And this is his bizarre signature from a recent budget memo. Kind of looks like a slinky, right? But by the way, if confirmed, Lou will be the first Orthodox Jew to be Secretary of the Treasury. That is definitely a distinct signature, if I must say. I'm Brittany Miller, and you're watching News 12 The Bronx. Still ahead in sports, Fordham takes on Duquesne as conference play gets underway in the Bronx. We'll have a report from campus, but first, over to Stacey Ann.
Thanks, Brittany. We got clearing overnight and chilly temperatures to go along with that. But no worries, we have the sunshine returning on Thursday along with those temperatures soaring into the 40s. And if you think that's mild, wait till you get a load of the weekend temps. We'll have a breakdown of what you can expect. Don't put the umbrellas away. We'll have more coming up in 2. I'll be right out.
Got a little time on your hands? Make the most of it with News 12 on your smartphone.
Just a few more, honey. Ooh, these are cute. Just another minute.
Breaking news, local weather, and everything you love about News 12 on any mobile device the moment it happens.
Isn't this fun? This is perfect for your cousin's wedding.
With News 12 on your smartphone or iPad, you can make the most of your time anytime.
How does it look?
It's amazing.
When the Donovan switched to 5.
Who that be? Yeah, no, maybe. Maybe, maybe not.
I get it.
News 12 The Bronx is Weather on the Twos, only on Cablevision. If you see breaking news or have an interesting event, call us at 718-861-6800 or email us news12bx@news12.com.
Hi, Pat. Pat?
Hey, Brittany, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Am I just talking to you
good,
today,
thanks.
or is Nick going to be here?
All right, Brittany.
Time for our weather. On the Twos, it's Stacey Ann. How are you, Stacey?
I'm doing good, and the weather is doing okay for the overnight, but it's going to be doing better for your Thursday and even beyond. So here's the deal. We have high pressure in control. That's going to be the case. As we zoom right down to your neighborhood, you can see skies are clearing out, and the winds will be picking up as well. But here's the deal. Our futurecast indicating staying mostly clear for the day on Thursday. However, once we get into Friday, clouds will continue to build. Look at that, as you can see, by the early morning hours, and then by later in the day, and it looks like more of a evening nighttime deal. We are looking at some showers and could get heavy at times, as indicated by the yellow that you see there. So it looks like just heads up for that evening commute on Friday. You should be okay during the morning hours. As far as the temperatures overnight, 30s, 40s for your Thursday. Mostly sunny, pleasant conditions. And although temperatures, or rather, although conditions will remain dry to start off your Friday, just note that, you know, showers can get underway anytime during the day. It looks like the best chance, though, will be later after around 2 into the evening hours. And then temperatures will be bumped right back up into the 50s, and then we don't see another cool down until next week. But chance for rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We'll have another look in less than 10. Brittany.
All right, thank you so much, Stacey. And Nick Modanis is here with some sports highlights. Now, I am a Temple University alum, so I know these two teams very well in the A-10. Fordham and Duquesne heading off, facing off.
Right, you know how important these games are in the Atlantic
Very.
10 because it is a rugged conference, Brittany. The Rams are hoping to be one of 12 teams this season to make the Atlantic 10 tournament at Barclays Center. 4 schools will be left out. One of the teams Fordham will likely battle, Duquesne, makes this one important, and the Rams set the tone early on. Mandel Thomas up high. Ryan Canty brings it down. Late in the half, Rams go up 46-39. Off the miss, Chris Gaston battling a cough and cold scores a game-high 18. Brandon Frazier's passing key in the second half. Career-high 13 assists. That one to Canty. Rams up 8. And then Frazier helping to put the game away, gets the steal, 16 points, 82-75. Fordham beats Duquesne. Rams are 1-0 in the Atlantic 10. Our Pat O'Keefe courtside for the game. They call conference play the second season. It is important and a good start here for the Rams, Pat.
It's extremely important, Nick. I mean, look at it this way. Fordham started the evening with an overall record of 4-11. Now the only thing that matters is that they're 1-0. We've spoken a lot this week about the Rams needing to get into the top 12 to qualify for the Atlantic 10 tournament. If they're serious about that, this was a game that they had to have. And you know what? It wasn't handed to them either. Fordham played well on its home court. They outscored an up-tempo team in Duquesne, 18 points, 10 rebounds for Chris Gaston, 16 points, 13 assists for Brandon Frazier. After the game, Tom Pecora put it simply to his team. Hey guys, we're in first place in the Atlantic 10.
Our talent level's there when we're healthy. It's great to have 9 or 10 bodies to play and have good depth, which we're able to do tonight. And the young guys are maturing. Now the question is, if you're a mature team, now on Sunday against UMass here at 1 o'clock, we're gonna play at the same level and continue to compete at the same level, and it's not going to be a roller coaster.
As for that UMass game on Sunday, interesting connection between their star player Chaz Williams and Pecora. Of course, New York City basketball fans remember Williams as the star at Bishop Ford High School in Brooklyn a couple years ago. He actually played for Pecora for one season at Hofstra. After the game, Pecora joked that in last year's game between Fordham and UMass, Chaz illegally jumped into the lane on a free throw that actually turned the game around and led to a UMass victory. So Fordham owes them one. They're going to try to improve to 2-0 on this court on Sunday against Chaz Williams and the Minutemen. Nick, that's the story from Rose Hill. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
And that will be another important game for the Rams, Pat. It's not often you see Steve Lavin so fired up. His team coming off an upset win against number 14 Cincinnati on this night hosting Rutgers. D'Angelo Harrison to Amir Garrett. Rutgers hasn't beaten the Red Storm at the Garden in 16 years. Streak over. RU wins 58-56. Dane Miller, a critical tip in late. He had 11. St. John's now 1-2 in the Big East. Hoops in the MSG Varsity Report. Two of the best teams in the Bronx, St. Raymond and Mount St. Michael. Here is Mount's Andrew Tate stepping into a three. They lead 28-25 in the second quarter. St. Ray's defending champs going on a run in the third. Who said it has to be pretty? Luis Santos hits the shot falling down. Ravens up 9. And they close it out. Santos, 20 points, 17 boards. 68-59, the Ravens over Mount. Carmelo Anthony suspended one game without pay. The NBA says it's for confronting Kevin Garnett in the tunnel near the locker rooms and parking garage. Brittany, that's a look at sports.
Thank you so much, Nick. I'm Brittany Miller. We'll be right back in just 2 minutes.